herself. And the reason I've called in these moms is we have tons of Facebook posts about the next story, the breast milk baby doll. Look at this video from thebreastmilkbaby.com. Pretty much shows you all you need to know, and whatever you don't get from this commercial, Lisa is going to demonstrate in just a second. So my question, well, first of all, we have a representative of the doll's manufacturer. His name is Dennis Lewis. He's on the phone. And he calls himself the U.S. ambassador for the breast milk baby. So, Dennis, why? Why make this doll?
Hey, thanks a lot for having me on. I think the best question is, why shouldn't we have these dolls? All dolls should be breastfed because all little girls should grow up knowing that the best way to feed a baby is by breastfeeding.
We all 1,000% agree with you. I don't think any of my panel will disagree the slightest with that. The question is, Lisa, you're going to demonstrate for us. Right?
I am. Look, I think this is a great product. Oops, and the little top is going.
You're completely on board with it.
I think breastfeeding is a wonderful thing. I breastfed my children, and you know what? Little girls like to emulate what they see their mothers doing. They see their mother breastfeeding a baby. They want to do
Lisa,
it too.
Just look.
Okay, so here's what you do. You put the little bib on.
I'm not saying make a big.
No, you put the little bib on. You put the doll up, not to the little child's breast. And it makes a little suckling noise.
Lonnie Coombs, do you have an opinion about this?
This is a healthy, natural part of life.
I absolutely do.
Go ahead.
We all agree it's a natural part. It's very important. I breastfed my child until he was almost 20 months, which is really a long time for, by our country's standards.
Congratulations.
Yes. But here's the thing. A 6-year-old, and these dolls are marketed to 6-year-old little girls. At that time, what a parent should be teaching their little girl is they have private parts in their body that are special, and you should not allow strangers to touch them. That's the appropriate lesson at that time.
Lonnie, what does that have to do with this? She's not exposing her breast.
What does that have to do with our dolls?
Because now you're confusing the issue. Now you're telling them, put this little thing on where there's going to be these little flower petals over your nipples, and it talks about the nipples, and then you hold the doll there to that contact on the nipples, and you breastfeed. Now look,
Lonnie, I'm surprised at you.
I'm going to interrupt you for a second. I see Pam Geller bristling and reaching through the camera, so Pam's got something to say too, I guess.
Yes, I do. This is robbing our children, robbing our girls of their childhood. Yeah. I think this is akin to teaching sex education in the first grade. It is a cheapening. It is a cheapening of the culture. I breastfed all my children. Yeah. I mean, what's next? Anatomically correct dolls, a boy and a girl.
Pam, can I ask you a
that's
question?
Organic. That's organic, and that's natural.
Pam,
yes.
Pam, if I had the little baby doll and I was giving it a bottle, that would be okay with you, right?
Yes.
Okay, so isn't it healthier for kids to learn that breastfeeding is actually the healthiest thing for the baby and the mother? I mean, look, we use boobs to sell beer, cars, everything else. Everybody's perfectly comfortable with that. But if we have a child that actually
everybody, quiet. Hold it, babe. Lots of opinions, lots of energy. It was the viewers that really generated this story. So let me go out to them. Joni in Nevada, you want to say something here?
I have 12 grandchildren.
Congratulations.
I am astonished. Is the next thing going to be pretend period? And it's going to give you a calendar, and they're going to say you can count to 28.
That might be healthy.
I mean, this is revolting.
That's actually a good analogy.
I'm actually going to.
Can we expect our little girls?
I mentioned it.
But let's say
can we expect our little girls to play? Can we expect our little girls to play this on the playground with the little boys? Yeah. It is robbing our children of their childhood.
Not only that, but
why can't we wait?
Lonnie, go.
Also, Dr. Drew, a very important part of teaching our children how to play is allowing them to use their imagination and creativity. We don't have to give them every single thing in graphic detail.
All right, let me go back out to Dennis. And Dennis, I'm very uncomfortable with this whole thing, but let me play devil's advocate for a second on your behalf. And to say, Lisa's got a point. This is behavior we really need to be encouraging, and it is the healthy alternative. Are we not doing enough to encourage and make it top of mind and breastfeeding really the standard? Is that what your goal is?
I mean, first of all, I think we have to stop and think of something that breastfeeding always involves children. I mean, it's natural. I mean, there's nothing sexual about it. There's no reason that there should be any taboo about it. We're not robbing them of their
Dennis,
childhood.
I'm sorry. I got to go out. I'm running out of
childhood.
time. I want to get callers. Dawn in California. Dawn, you have something to say?
I think that we're just spending too much time emphasizing a woman's body as a sexual thing, and that women should be encouraged to breastfeed, and that, you know, it's okay to teach that.
All right.
Breastfeeding is not
Okay,
sexual.
Cheryl's a psychologist. I'm going to go out with Cheryl here. Cheryl, what do you got to say?
This country in particular is so squeamish about the things that women's bodies can do, to paraphrase Modern Family, turning food into a human, you know, and then making the food to feed the human. We sexualize breasts as if that's the only thing breasts are for.
Sounds more like
Drew,
Family
hold
Guy
the
than
baby.
Modern Family.
Hold the baby. It's not going to bite you.
I love babies. I had
It's not going to bite
We need to
you.
get over
let me
squeamishness.
put the thing on. Come on.
Go ahead. Come on. You can do it.
Why have
You know what?
let's
And
blur
men,
gender
you know
lines
what?
of-
Little boys could
Come on,
try
Lisa.
that. It goes right there.
While we're doing this, I got to go out to break. I want to thank my guest.
On the pedal.
We'll be right back. I'm breastfeeding right now.